Hello, everybody. It is I, Sir Bedian, and today I bring you Stellaris, the brand new grand strategy game set in space by Paradox Interactive, released only today or yesterday, depending on where you are in the world. Might even be tomorrow. But today we're going to take a look. So, for those of you not familiar with Paradox grand strategy games, they're usually rather complex and very in-depth, with leaders and complex research trees and very interesting combat mechanics as well, usually based on unit strength and ability, morale, and things like that. But so far as I'm aware, this is the first ever grand strategy game by Paradox set in space. As until recently, they've only been on History of Earth, and that's one of the things I love about Stellaris, because um, it's not constrained by history, right? When you're talking about history, you have to have certain countries, you have to have certain leaders, you have to have certain events happen, right? This is the future. This is space. Anything's possible. Alright, let's have a quick squiz through settings. Not really that much here, to be honest. Um, yeah, resolution, refresh rate, multi-sampling, and display mode. It was slightly disappointing, especially if somebody doesn't necessarily have the best system settings. They might choose to maybe turn down some effects, but we'll see how it plays. I have a pretty decent computer, so it should be fine, but we'll see. Sound settings, separate sliders, very useful, very nice. And gameplay autosave settings, we'll keep it on semi-annually. Cloud save settings, we're going to use full tutorial, as I don't know about any of you, but I definitely have not played any of the game at this time. And we're going to keep event pop-ups on. All right. So let's jump into it, shall we? Alright, so great thing about Stellaris is that it allows you to pick from a predetermined empire with various different traits and features, or you can randomize one, or you can create your own. So you have appearance and a huge variety of creatures. Obviously, it was only released yesterday, and I believe there are a few extra ones if you purchase more than the base game through Steam. But these are the ones that we get. Ooh, that one's interesting. Cool. So you can pick different ones. I don't believe that it has any direct impact on gameplay if you choose Mammalian over, say, Mollusk. But plenty of ones to choose from there. Pick your names. Name lists that the game uses to generate various things. These are your traits that your species have. So you can pick 4 traits, and you start off with 2 points. So positive traits obviously cost points. Negative traits obviously give you points. And of course you get bonuses and negatives. And you get some of these extremely positive ones that you can't get without taking some negative ones as well. But yeah, lots of different options here. Some very nice ones as well. You can pick your first starting ruler, what they look like, which is nice. Not that much in terms of choices at the moment, but the game is highly moddable, so I strongly assume that people are going to be adding more, assuming Paradox doesn't do it themselves. You can choose your planet type. I'm not really sure yet if it has any direct impact on gameplay, apart from whether certain planets have certain elements and systems or not. But it does have a very strong impact on your preferences. So it works as a sort of chart. So if you started at a continental world, you're obviously going to be perfectly habitable for that one. Then you're going to have slight penalties for tropical and ocean, further penalties for Arctic and desert, and tundra and arid are not going to be your friends. You can also generate a random system, sol system, or a deneb system. I feel like that's related to some kind of reference somewhere, but I don't know. So it determines what your starting system looks like, but not where it is. And you can pick your name and star name. You can also pick what your city looks like. No gameplay impact that I'm aware of. So you can have a molluscoid city with any race. Going to ethics, this is another interesting one. So you have your traits, which are up here, but you also have your government type. So you start off with 3 ethic points, and you can pick and they are diametrically opposed as well. So, for example, across the middle, you have fanatic collectivist. So basically, they're kind of like the Borg. They want to be together at all times. So they have a plus 100% modifier to slavery tolerance, and they consume 10% less food. If you don't want to go that far, and it costs 2 points to go for the outer ring, if you don't want to go that far, you can just go for collectivist and get a 50% slavery tolerance and a 5% reduction to food consumption. Alternatively, you can go for the other side of the coin and go for individualist, where individuals do not really care about the community as much. And this one, for example, will give you 10% extra energy credits, 50% reduction to slavery tolerance, and a 5% penalty to ethics divergence. And we'll investigate that because I'm not sure what it is yet, but we'll find out. And then fanatic individuals, which is to double the bonuses and penalties as well. And that's interesting. And based on what you select, it also opens up government types. So let's say if we put xenophobe and materialist, see how these 3 will now unlock. So we now have the option for a direct democracy, and this one allows you to hold 2 extra planets in your core sector, and it has an election every 5 years. So your ruler would change every 5 years. Science Directorate will change ruler every 40 to 50 years, but you get an extra research alternative and Empire Leader capacity. We'll find out what that is in a moment. But yeah, depending on what choices you have, you can pick certain government types. And if you want specific types, you can just highlight and it will tell you what you need. So to get an enlightened monarchy, so each ruler can build a special park building, which is a building that can be built on planets. It has a 25% reduction to edicts, 25% bonus to duration of edicts, an extra planet in the core sector, and you are not allowed to be individualist or fanatic individualist, and you have to be pacifist or fanatic pacifist. So that's the government there, and I suppose we'll see how that plays out more once we get into the game. You've got to name your empire, and you can pick a flag as well. Lots of different options. I don't know what's happening here, but it seems like, and I don't know if it's just me or anybody else, but it seems like all the colors are a little bit weird. It tells you what color it is when you highlight it, but it doesn't tell you what it is when you're away from it. It's just brown, so weird. Presumably, we'll be able to add these in as well. Starting weapons. So you have 3 different weapon types: projectiles, missiles, and energy weapons. Each one has its own advantage and disadvantage. So projectiles will destroy shields easily, but I suppose, but they're limited in range. Energy weapons seem to ignore most armor, and they're probably average range. And missile weapons are very long range, but they can be shot down. So you can pick different weapons and build to your strengths and weaknesses. I believe that you can unlock the other weapons, but we'll find out. Second thing you need to decide is your FTL method. So you got warp travel, which allows you to travel from any star to any star, but at a slow speed. You've got hyperspace travel, which allows you to only travel along space lanes. And wormhole travel, where you have to build a wormhole generator that will open gates between stars. So you basically are not able to travel at all until you build that wormhole generator. And that will be interesting to play, but we're not going to do that for the first game. And of course, ship appearance. You only get the starting 6 with the base game, but presumably people are going to be adding more in through mods or possibly further expansion sets. So that is Race Generation, and here's one that I created earlier, the Brotherhood of the Beard. So we are starting on an ocean world. We have lasers and warp travel, and we're using the avian ship for designs because they look really nice and pretty. We are a science directorate, so we have an election every 40 to 50 years. We have the research alternative +1 and empire leader capacity +1. Oh, right, empire leader capacity, I believe, is that you can have an additional leader waiting to be assigned. We are militarist, so we get a bonus to rivalry influence game, army damage, and war happiness for our population, but we take a penalty to alliance influence cost. And we are fanatic materialist, so we get a 10% bonus to all of our research, which should be awesome. And I picked this particular race because he has a fantastic looking beard. For our race, we are quick learners, so our leaders gain 25% extra experience, and we get a 30-year bonus to our leaders as well. And that is what we're going to go with. So for generation, we're going to go with a... Yeah, we'll just go for medium at the moment. We have elliptical, 2-arm spiral, 4-arm spiral, and ring galaxy. We'll keep it at elliptical for now. 17 AI empires. That sounds like a lot for now. Let's bring it down to 10 for now. And we'll bring it to 3 advanced AI stars. So these guys get an additional little bonus at this beginning to compete with you. Difficulty, we'll leave it on normal, but we have a few different options. FTL method, this limits, I believe, the entire galaxy to that specific type. By regular empires. So basically, if you only allow wormholes, then every regular empire will only have wormholes. So, interesting. And of course, Iron Man mode, which disables console cheats. Game is automatically saved regular to single file, and there's no turning back. So, if you make a mistake, it's made, and you have to deal with it. Let's begin. Here we are. Alright, we'll start paused. In the eons since the first primitive Bearded One communities took shape in the archipelagos and lagoons of Whisker, which is our homeworld, our civilization has spread and prospered. Through scientific progress, we have managed to stamp out the superstitions that ruled the minds of our ancestors. As reason and rational thought spread amongst our people, the inefficient nation-states that we had until then organized ourselves were disbanded, and a council of our most accomplished scientists was gathered to rule in their stead. Now, after the successful creation of several experimental subspace fields, the finest minds of the Brotherhood of the Beard have finished development of the first warp drives. The stars themselves are finally within our grasp.
Greetings, Director. I am Veer, a prototype synthetic intelligence developed by the finest minds of our civilization to serve as your advisor. I shall endeavor to perform my duties with the utmost efficiency.
Alright, and this is, of course, our tutorial advisor. I'll leave him on full at the moment.
An excellent decision. You will have my full support.
If he gets too annoying...
Empire can be a daunting task. To help get things started, I will be providing instructional missions that cover the basic steps necessary to establish ourselves as a successful interstellar power.
Alright. If he gets too annoying, I'll turn him off. But the first mission is to fully survey our home system, and it's been added to our situation log, which is here.
The situation log displays a list of all currently available special projects and various other points of interest. New items will likely appear as we begin exploring the galaxy.
Alright. Let's take a quick look first. So the job is basically to take a science ship and survey the entire system, so we'll come back to that one. Okay. Alright, let's take a look at our system first. So we have our Class M star. So it's a red dwarf. Low luminosity means they're difficult to observe, and almost no UV light. Interesting. Alright, we have San Fernando, a barren world, and its moon Spring, a toxic world. We have a few asteroids that we'll be wanting to look into. La Isabela, which is a barren world out on the outer edges. Salam, a frozen world, another asteroid. We have Almadain, a gas giant, which also has several moons. Nueva Cadiz, Olympia, and Algiza. So we got 2 frozen worlds and a barren world. We have another barren world with a barren moon. What's this? A barren world and another barren world. And of course our home world.
And the capital of our empire. The planet's summary screen, which we are currently looking at, provides an overview of the planet's important statistics.
Okay, thank you. And we also have a molten moon. Now that's interesting. I think that's the only molten world we have on our system, so we'll have a look. Alright, planetary overworld. So it's a capital. We get a minus 10% to ethics diversion, plus 10 happiness, and a 100% bonus to planet border extrusion, which I believe expands our border. We'll check the map a bit later. And obviously 100% habitability. Habitability determines the max happiness of a population, so good to know. We generate 7 energy credits, 4 minerals, 4 food, 1 physics, 2 society, and 1 engineering research. And there's a terraforming option, which we don't have access to. We've got 7 population, and we've got room for 3 more. Beautiful. We have 2 spare food. And it looks like we're only 0.1 away from 3. And we have a planet size of 16. We have a governor here who gives a 2% bonus to happiness, bonus to construction time, and clear blocker, which is used for surface production. Food bonus, that will be where that 0.9 is coming from. And hydroponic farm build cost reduction. So, pretty good little governor there. I like him. Kosei Murakami. And of course, we can kick him out or create an edict.
Here we see a visual representation of this planet's surface, divided into tiles. This tab is only visible on colonies and surveyed worlds that are habitable. Each pop occupies a single tile, which means that there can never be more pops on a planet than there are free tiles.
Thank you. Okay, so what do we got? We got slums. So this symbol indicates that it's a blocker, which means that we can't really do anything with it. And it's going to cost 37.6 energy credits, 37.6 minerals, and 90 turn units, days, I guess, to clear it out. So we can actually work it. We've got slums and industrial wasteland. So we've got 3 blocked, another slums, industrial, and industrial wasteland. So we do want to clear these out eventually, but for now, we'll focus on what we have. So here we have a hydroponics farm that is being farmed by a population. So the terrain itself gives us 1 food. The hydroponics farm gives us an additional 2 food, but costs 1 energy maintenance. And we have, of course, our population here, which presumably gives us an additional food, because this only gives us 3 all up. We'll see. This one here, 1 of each and 3 of each, so this would be our planet administration building, our capital. Oh, here we go. That's why. So every block next to the capital gets a bonus +1 of its output. So that's where that +1 is coming from. Awesome. So we got minerals, energy credits, and food all being boosted by our capital. That is excellent. We got a guy over here who is producing our food. And we've got a guy up here who's producing another energy credit and mineral. Let's see what we
Some
can build.
buildings may cause adjacency effects to other buildings in neighboring tiles. Let us take this into consideration when constructing new facilities.
Okay. Now, we could build the mining network, which produces an additional 2 minerals. We could potentially build a hydroponics farm as well. You know what? I'm going to go down here, and I'm going to build a hydroponics farm. And what that'll do is that'll boost it up by 2, and then our planet will go from a base of 9 to a base of 11, and then our governor will give us an additional 1, and that should push it up to 13. So that will give us enough food to get our population up to maximum easily enough.
This is where we manage all ground forces on this planet. The upper portion of this view is divided into 3 sections. The top section represents the orbital space above the planet. The middle section is the atmosphere, and the bottom section is the surface.
Ooh, interesting. Alright, so we got fleets, atmospheres, and potential armies. Cool. Planetary fortifications. So damage dealt to defending armies will be decreased by a certain percentage. Fortifications are reduced by auto bombardment. So obviously, if you want to bomb the planet, you have to break through its fortifications before you can really deal damage. Different bombardment levels if we're actually doing the bombardment. And we have ourselves our first planetary guard. Health, morale, maintenance, damage, yada yada yada. Cool. And of course a spaceport.
Where we view orbiting fleets, build new ships, and upgrade the station itself. If a planet has no spaceport, we can order the construction of one if we have the necessary resources.
Thank you. Okay. So our spaceport has a laser defense module. Presumably so it can fire at anything that gets close. Here we go. So 2500 hull, no shield, 10 armor, which presumably gives a 40% damage reduction. We got 3 maintenance cost. And this is interesting. We get a science ship build cost of 25%, so it's cheaper to build science ships at this particular spaceport. And anomaly research speed of 33%. I presume that would be for the entire system, but we'll see.
Military fleets are used to protect our emerging empire from threats, or to expand our glorious rule through force of arms, if we so wish.
Thank you. Alright, so this is the first fleet, so we have 3 ships, 3 Skelsky class corvettes to be exact. So we got Kingfish, John Paul Jones, and Balau. And we're gonna have some stats there. We can have a look at the ship in more detail. We'll disband it. We got repair, upgrade, split off into new fleet. Okay, so this is split in half. This one is split off specifically. Firepower, health, stands, yeah, all various settings. What we were interested in is this guy.
Science ship, which is used to survey astronomical objects such as planets in a star system. A planet needs to be surveyed in order to make its resources visible.
Beautiful. So this is our science ship, the Royal Bearded Navy Iwamoto. And it's commanded by Andrei Petranko, a level 1 commander, who is meticulous. So anomaly discovery chance of 10%. Nice! And what we'll do is we will get him to survey. There we go. So he'll do a nice lap around the system and survey up all of our stuff. Now, we have nearby star systems as well.
The Empire screen lists the planets of our empire, with leaders and the different factions in separate tabs. It also lets us create and manage sectors.
We'll come back to that. We need to pick research.
Is where we will be directing our research efforts. Technologies are categorized into 3 different fields, with each field typically having 3 available research options.
Thank you. Okay, so this is our research. So whenever we finish researching a technology, up to 4 new options will be generated. So normally this is 3, but we have that intelligence bonus which boosts it to 4, which is cool. Now, just because you don't pick something doesn't mean that it's gone forever. It does eventually roll back around, but every time a research finishes, it rolls 4 random options. Some of them will always be available, others will have to be rolled randomly. So, Bridget Bridges, oh, she must have been teased mercilessly in school, has the Spark of Genius, so a 10% research speed bonus, which is awesome, because it goes up from 12 to 10. That's additive. That's excellent. Benedetta Morono, who is an expert in military theory, and Mei He, who is an expert in industry. Interesting. Their one doesn't seem to be being added. I suppose this only gets added if you research specific... Yeah, here we go. Symbol. So if you give them that particular symbol, then they'll get a bonus to the research. So for now, let's give a project to Bridget, because she gets it for everything. What do we got? Solar panel network. Potential reduced operating cost of our spaceport. Entire spaceport module. So it's a spaceport module that gives us to reduces the operating cost. Not bad, but we're not struggling for energy credits, so it's not a big deal. Storage capacity and the fusion reactor. This is for the Empire as well. So these will obviously be ship components, small, medium, and large. Global energy management, energy storage capacity plus 500, and a power hub. So what does a power hub do? Produces some energy credits on their own, but more importantly, increase the overall energy credit output of the entire planet by 10%. Not bad. And administrative AI plus 5% speed research bonus. Yeah, let's pick that one up real quick, nice and early. All right, Benedetta Marino, what have you got? So colony ship and an edict. So for 10 years, 15% energy credit bonus. Biolab. So this is a research that gives us an additional point for society compared to physics and engineering. Monthly influence +1 and propaganda broadcasts. Might want this. Alternatively, genome mapping. Plus 10 years for leader lifespans and plus 10% food production. Which, if we get enough... So plants is currently 9. We're building the farm, which will bring it up to 11. And then it'll get 10 and 10. No, it won't get it up to 12. Oh well. We'll go for the planetary unification for the influence and the propaganda broadcasts. The influence is what I'm after, because influence is up here, and the earlier we get it, the sooner we can start accumulating those bonuses. So, planetary unification it is. Perfect. And Mei He, what are we going to do? So, engineering facility 1. So that would be a tech lab for engineering. Defense platforms. Interesting. Nano composite armor. So this would be an improved armor component. It's also more expensive than the other ones as well. Mining network 2. So this is obviously an upgrade for our mining networks. And we do also get the bonus as well. So I think we're going to go for geothermal fracking. What's that engineering for? Oh, that's the research lab. Yeah, so we'll go for the geothermal fracking. And probably get a nasty response from the environmentalists, but oh well. For science! Okay. We'll close that off. Yeah, that's where we had a look at that. Contacts.
Screen, we see a detailed list of all the various empires.
Well, we don't have anybody to speak to, so that's fine.
All the ships in use within our empire are designed here. New hull sizes and components will be unlocked as we research new technologies.
Interesting. Okay. We'll probably come back to this once we actually have some components to do. Plus, I don't really want to waste any more time. Let's get this game on pause and get underway. Alright. And away we go. Ah, we have fleet icons here. Perfect. Very fancy. It doesn't look like there's anything on the star. Let's have a look at Spring. And you can see that he's now starting to build up experience. Nice and quick. Excellent. Alright, anything there? Nope. San Fernando. Give us a something. Come on, give us a something. Nope. Okay. We'll come back to that. Let's go do some exploring. We'll take our first fleet, and where are we going to go? Let's go have a look at... Oh, that pauses. Let's go have a look at the map. Oh, there's also another option. Government.
Presents us with information regarding our empire and its government. Here we can see our ruler and any related effects.
Cool. Naval capacity of 12. Alright.
The budget tab tallies our empire's monthly income and expenses in energy credits. Here we can also track a variety of effects that influence our economy.
Awesome.
The Policies tab covers government policies, as well as empire-wide edicts, practices that can be enforced by spending some of our influence.
Excellent. Alright, so we got a war economy. So depending on how we do, so depending on whether we are attacking or defending, we get military production efficiency modifiers based on our war score. So, alright. So currently we are on static, so no impact. Slavery is currently prohibited, but we can switch it to allowed. Purge. So purge is basically genocide. Awesome. Orbital bombardment is limited at limited, and we're not allowed to use full. Migration is currently prohibited, so this allows our populations to move around. Resettlement. So resettlement determines whether we can force populations to move between planets, and that's currently prohibited. Voting rights. Well, we only have one option, elitism. Presumably more will unlock as we research more technologies. So, leadership, only primary species are allowed to be leaders. Presumably, this will change once we actually find someone that could become a leader. First contact protocol.
Construction complete.
Thank you. Whether we are peaceful or aggressive. So, specifically whether we can attack neutral entities or not. So, we have full access to attack anyone we want. Perfect. Ooh, we appear to have found a little something.
To overcome the vast distances that separate star systems, our scientists have developed the warp drive. Ships equipped with this device can travel between systems at velocities exceeding that of light speed.
Alright, so although ships can warp to any system within range, warp drives can only be activated outside the gravity well of a star. So I guess that's probably out here somewhere. Ooh, hold on. We'll come back to that. Ships coming out of warp also require time to power up their systems again. So once we arrive, we're defenseless. And that's based on distance as well. So we would presumably want to jump to a nearby system and then launch an attack from there.
We have discovered spacefaring alien entities that may or may not be intelligent. But, let's face it, probably are. Their true nature will remain a mystery to us, until we complete the appropriate project to investigate them. I suggest we do so post-haste, lest they investigate us first.
Thank you.
Researching new technologies will be critical to our success. Surface tiles on habitable planets are sometimes blocked, preventing their use. Clearing a tile blocker takes time and costs minerals and energy credits, but the free space often makes it worthwhile.
Cool. Alright, we have encountered some form of alien vessels in the Wasat system. And they're being flagged as alpha aliens. It did not take long for the Brotherhood of the Beard to come across intelligent alien life. The fleet's report to the Bearded capital somewhat understates just how alien these forces appear, and only in passing mentions the failure to open comms. Pause. Alright, we have a level. Thank you. Here's the galaxy map. Okay. So that's out here. So we basically detected them using our in-system scanners. So, first fleet, head on over, and we'll see what's over there. Let's have a quick look around. We got a system out here. We got a system out here. Another one here. This one is obviously the closest though, so... And that one is within our territory. Right, he's on the way. He is moving to Wasat. Let's not send him to Wasat. Let's send him to Kajubus. Because we don't want to accidentally piss off whoever's over there before we're ready for him. Alright. Now. Yep, thank you. Now, we do have... let's go look at the progress update on what we got around the system. So, we haven't found any anomalies. Or anything much at all. But we have found, over here on Salam, 2 engineering research. So if we go and take our constructor...
This is our construction ship, which is used to construct space stations.
Thank you. We can build a mining station. No, it'll be a research station, probably. Yep, research station. So we'll produce a research station so we can pick up those 2 extra engineering research. Observation post is built around primitive... Yeah. Okay. Have these been... These have not been surveyed. What are you doing, old chap? Yeah, survey the rest of them. There we go. Let's have a look at these guys. Oh, that's handsome. Very pretty. I'm seriously impressed with the graphics of this game. It's beautiful. Let's have a look at some projects. Technology research, New Worlds Protocol research. So we need to construct new technologies and New Worlds Protocol. So basically, he wants us to be able to produce colony ships. That will be on the chopping block once we get the current research done. Tile blockers, he wants us to clear a tile blocker. And wants us to establish communication. And here it is. So, in 180 days, using our society research, we can do this special project. So, for 180 days, instead of researching this, he will research this instead. Yeah, might as well. Get it done. Nothing. And away we go. And here we are. What do we got? Ooh, we have a colonizable world, a continental one. And a desert one as well. You know what, maybe we should send the science ship up here after all. We can actually do something with these worlds. But whatever was over there seems to have gone, so let's go check out Kajubis. What I want to do... I've got 153 minerals at the moment. I want to build an additional Corvette. Yeah, I want to build an additional Corvette. So... there we go. And that'll take 60 days to cycle through. We'll come back to that one.
Surveyed worlds sometimes possess unique properties that make them valuable objects of research. These physics, society, or engineering resources can be collected by a research station. My programming strongly compels me to compel you to build one.
Thank you.
We have found an anomaly. From time to
Thank you. Okay. Where is that anomaly? Here we are. Ooh, lots of good stuff over here. Okay, so Olympia. Surveying Anchor. So on Olympia... okay, so he's currently surveying Anchor. So we have level 1 anomaly and we have a 0% failure rate. Yeah, we're definitely going to research that one then. So during our survey of our home system, we found something on Olympia that did not match earlier observations made from our home world. Yeah, so with the 0% failure risk, and that's based on skill and anomaly level, we definitely want to check it out. So he'll come back and have a look at that. But we also have energy credits mining and another engineering research available here, so we definitely want to put that on the queue to build. We almost have a research station set up.
Our new research station is online.
Beautiful.
Science staff have begun their work. What secrets will they uncover? What forbidden mysteries of creation?
Thank you. Alright, so...
construction complete.
ooh, the anomaly we detected on Olympia unveils something astonishing. The moon is surrounded by a trail undoubtedly produced by FTL engines. We are unable to trace it to its origin due to being generated long ago. So we can continue to investigate that and discover more information, but we'll come back to that. And we have our Corvette finished as well. So we'll get a construction ship. So at the moment, we're getting a good amount of research, but each one of our stations will consume energy credits. And at the moment, our energy credit income is 0, and that's not a good thing. So we'll go over here and we'll build a mining station on the gas giant, and that will pick us up an additional 2 energy credits, which should help alleviate that. What's that? That must be the FTL trail. Doesn't seem to be there. Okay. Oh well. Do we have anything that's not surveyed yet? Anchor. Anchor is not surveyed yet. Okay. Yep. What's our fleet doing at the moment? It's in Kajubis, so we got... ooh, an ocean world. Definitely want to go over there. 2 ocean worlds. Alright, we definitely want to go down here. And...
we have established communications with alien beings. What a time to be alive, or in my case, powered on.
alright. The Tiyanki. Are docile creatures, capable of accessing some lower dimension of subspace. They roam from system to system with relative ease, but nearly the same ease as our fleets. They graze on gases common to the upper layers of many gas giants. It is highly unlikely, to say the least, that this is their only food source, but intake of other nutrients is yet to be observed. Interesting. So they can be safely ignored, and they will probably not fight back. Looks like we have... Look at this response is specifically based on our fanatic materialist ethic. Hunting them will be a net loss anyway. How practical. Alright. So we'll...
Well done. The survey of our home system has been completed. We now have access to planetary data that the astronomers on our homeworld could only dream of a mere generation ago.
Thank you. Okay, so now that we're done with this system, let's go check out Kujubis, because I was going to go for the Wasat, but Kujubis has 2 ocean worlds, and that would be fantastic to have. What about Marinus? Mostly worthless.
We should continue our exploration efforts. I recommend sending a science ship to survey nature.
Yeah, we're already on it. Thank you.
A research station built in orbit of a planetary body will gather its physics, engineering, and society research data. We may want to consider building a second science ship. This would double the speed.
Thank you. Okay, so this is a research station, so it's got a bit of combat power as well. Interestingly enough, more than one single Corvette. Fun. So it's got a small red laser, small fission reactor, and room for 2 more utilities, so... upgradable. Awesome! Wasat, Kujubis, and Bazanak. Okay. How are we doing on research? We've got 24 months left on administrative AI. We have 33 months on our planetary unification, and 16 months on geothermal fracking, as we do have that +2 bonus to engineering, which is excellent. We will almost have our gas giant mining facility done.
Very good.
There we go.
The new mining station is operational. Mining stations are used to extract the minerals and strategic...
Alright, so we have energy credits back up and running again. What I'll do is I'm going to build... No, I can't build one. We're short on minerals. What I'm going to do is I'm going to wait until our minerals come in, and then I'm going to build a research station on Olympus, but I'm not going to build it on Algisa because I don't want to drop our energy credits back down to 0 again. Wondering whether to...
A healthy supply of minerals and energy credits is critical to the well-being of any interstellar power.
Thank you. What I might do is actually upgrade our homeworld instead. Let's go have a look at the service. Okay, so we've got food here. So this population is currently growing, and we should expect it to complete soon. But this one here... So mining network 1, that'll upgrade once we get the mining one. Hydroponics farm. What I might do is... I think I want to build a power plant. Get our energy credits up a little bit more. Because when we upgrade our mining network to 2, that'll boost the amount of minerals we're getting across the board. So I want to get that power plant to get a little bit of extra energy credits. So let's go ahead and get that. But we do lose 1 mineral from here. So what might be better will be to build it over here because we get the energy credit bonus. So a power plant will boost that to 4. And as soon as this one is growing, then we'll get that extra energy. So... that will do. So, what is ethics innovation? The chance that this population will change ethics. A negative number means that the population is likely to conform to the Empire's ethics, and that's normally a good thing. So, militarist and fanatic. So, each population appears to have its own ethics. And as opposed to being species-wide. So it would be possible to have one population that, for example, changes from militarist and then gets rid of militarist or picks up a completely different ethic. So that would make things very interesting. How are we doing? Lots of planets, but nothing colonizable. Head back to Chin. Whoa, lots of minerals here. And that is a big planet. Pretty sure that's bigger than our homeworld. And we get society research bonus as well. An active volcano. Lots of stuff here. Plenty of energy, a little bit of food, lots of minerals. And we do get that society research as well, which is awesome. And Kajubis 3. Oh, here we go. Thriving biosphere is not something unique to Whisker, but the scientific community and the public at large are eager to learn more about the various forms of alien life. Begins the Habitable Worlds Survey Event Chain. Yeah, let's try it out. We get minerals from this one, and this is a much smaller one. And not as many minerals, so we'll colonize it, but Kajubis 2 is our primary colony target. So, they want us to survey 8 habitable worlds. Cool. Will do. We've got 7 months left on fracking for our additional minerals. And minerals are going to be especially important because we maintain our ships using them. We also maintain it with energy credits as well, so that is going to be essential. Let's have a look at these some of these edicts. Information quarantine. So it costs 1 of our 3 per month. Ethics divergence -10, research speed -5. We don't want that because the ethics are below. Ethics divergence is below 0 anyway. This one boosts research speed for an increase in ethics diversion. Interesting. This one provides a significant increase to one, or these 3 provide a significant increase to our to 1 research tree, while providing a small decrease to the other 2. Interestingly, I think it might even be possible to get a 10% flat bonus just by using these 3. Alright, what's built? Ah, that would be our power plant. And plus 1.4 per month. So we're about 5 months away. Cool. And we're getting 5 food a turn as well, which is excellent. What's this one? Habitability 0. Because we don't have desert colonization. Okay. 3 engineering research. Very nice. Very nice indeed. No, doesn't seem to have any energy around here. We'll wait for that to finish surveying. Tell you what, I am so far very, very happy with this game. It plays well, it looks fantastic. Can't wait until we get into some real combat.
System survey complete.
And we have our scientist is level 3. Excellent. Alright, what do we got so far? System. We've got this thing with its physics research, engineering research, society research. So we get a nice research bonus across the board and plenty of minerals. So I think we're going to like this system a lot. Let's move to Lasat, because we do also have habitable planets up there as well. So we'll let him go. In 10 months. Ooh, that's nice. Any progress already made will be saved. Perfect. Ah, props to you guys. That is some serious props that you get to keep your research. Let's go have a look. Leaders, here we go.
The Leaders tab lets us hire, dismiss, and assign idle governors, scientists, admirals, and generals.
Alright, who we got? So we have a governor, and he's taking care of our homeworld.
Research complete.
Awesome! Let's take care of that real quick. So, what do we have this time around? Mineral storage capacity, plus 2,000. Well, we have a 6,000 capacity at the moment, so that's a little bit excessive. Corvette assembly yards, spaceport level 2, maybe not. Ion thruster would be nice. Reveals resources, Betharian stone. Burn very slowly and very efficient energy resources. Produces 6 power for 1 Betharian stone. That is nice. Powered exoskeletons. Extra mineral production and extra army damage. Let's go for the Betharian power plant because I want to see how much Betharian stone we have. Yeah. Or ion thrusters, a little bit extra energy. A little bit extra speed for small engines. No. Betharian refining. Let's get that energy production up. Alright. So working on this one at the moment. Got a continental world and a desert world. So the desert world isn't something we're not really going to be able to colonize just yet. The continental is a maybe. Got 200 influence at the moment out of 1,000.
The Demographics tab tracks the makeup and spread of our empire's populace.
These effects are applied to all pops in your empire. Individual pops may also be affected by additional modifiers at a local level.
These are planet-specific edicts, practices that can be temporarily enforced by spending some of our influence.
Migration attraction for 10 years. Ethics diversion for 10 years. Building cost and construction time down. This could be extremely useful if we want to grind out some buildings. And massive research boost. You know what? I want to go for Spirit of Science. Yes. Massive research boost. Oh, it's not actually producing anything. Well. Oh well. Ah! Perfect. Our population is ready. I want physics.
System survey complete. Anomaly found.
Okay, we'll come back to that one in a second. 56, 56. Yeah, let's clear that out. And can we clear this one as well? Yes. Okay. Something moves with near purpose down on Wasat 3. Zero failure? Yeah, research it. Okay. So, hopefully... okay, so that's about an hour, so that is going to be the end of this episode. I do want to thank you all for watching so far. Do like and subscribe down below and all that. We will continue on with our little empire of beards and see what else we can discover and what trouble we can get into in the next episode. So join me again tomorrow, and see you then.